we move now to KZN, particularly in Durban, eNCA's Mawande Keswa is there. Mawande, I mean, we cannot talk public transport without talking about taxis. And we've heard from the rail, commuters as well as the operators. But in terms of taxis, what are some of the commuters saying about the conditions with which they have to travel with taxis?
What we're going to do really is we're going to start off with speaking to authorities in terms of the challenges that they're already aware of, and from there we'll make our way down to speak to commuters and the operators themselves. I'm going to bring into the conversation the chairperson of SANTACO in the province, Ubaba Sifiso Mthethwa. We thank you for your time this morning. Could you please just tell us what are some of the existing challenges that you're still grappling with as the taxi industries? We know that accidents and high number of fatalities is one of those challenges.
Morning. In fact, the accident in our side, we see that they are dropping a lot by the help of the Hlogomela project that we did. The main challenge that we still faced with is the violence within the taxi industry. That's the main problem that as the industry we are faced with. In terms of the accident, we feel that it's dropped dramatically by the help of Hlogomela.
Now, we've seen a number of this violence that you speak of trickle down where commuters themselves are affected. How have you started to try and mitigate that to ensure that you minimize the risk on the side of commuters to make traveling safer? As you've mentioned that Operation Hlogomela has brought about some change in other spheres such as the taxi violence that you speak of. What measures are you looking at putting in place there?
We have a committee that was established long time ago under SANTACO Provincial and from the Department of Transport, where we work hand in hand with the department in trying to resolve the conflict. Yes, it is an issue whenever there is a violence and then it affects our commuters. On that side, we are unable to tackle it as we speak now because it happens everyone when it's not ready that there will be a violence or there will be a shooting that will take place on that particular place. That's the only problem that we have. But in discussion with the associations among themselves in trying to resolve the conflict, I think we are again trying to come close to it.
We've just experienced a petrol hike where the fuel cost has now reached at least 17 rand. In most cases, you are faced with making decisions of increasing fares, which goes down to your commuters. I'm of the understanding that increases may come into effect around June. Could you please just give us more information with regards to that situation?
That's a resolution that we took as SANTACO nationally, that we will only increase fares in June. We haven't sat down to discuss whether there will be an increase between these months. As you see, the petrol hike is taking us another direction. Even the commuters will be affected by the way the petrol is increasing. But we haven't sat down. There is no any way where we can just walk up and increase the fares. We will have to sit down and inform our commuters if ever there will be an increase before June, as we have already said that we will increase fares. It's been almost 5 years we're doing that. We're increasing the fares in June.
Thank you very much there for your time, Ubaba Mthethwa. We have been speaking to the SANTACO chairperson, Ubaba Sifiso Mthethwa, rightfully saying that one of the biggest challenges that they face is taxi violence, which also affects commuters that are the focus today with regards to public transport.
All right, Mawande Keswa, thank you so much for this update. Our eNCA reporters, Ronald Masinda, Mawande Keswa and Manqoba Mchunu, focusing on transport this morning.